the complaints don't matter if they're going to watch the show anyway. If they give them their money for that show because they can't live without a WrestleMania, they're going to enable more of these types of events to happen.
Russo'sBrand.com, where the pros are the pros.
WWE has announced that WrestleMania 43 in 2027 will be taking place in Saudi Arabia. This is the first WrestleMania outside of North America, the only other country other than Canada and the United States to get WrestleManias. So before England or Germany or any of these other countries, Australia, Saudi Arabia, getting a WrestleMania. Now there's some reports out there. These are all rumors, of course, but that Saudi officials are keen on getting The Rock and Stone Cold on board, and that they are negotiating for The Rock to face Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns in the main event. Also, rumors are that WWE tried to give Saudi Arabia a WrestleMania branded event, would be so WrestleMania something else, like WrestleMania Fallout or something like that. So it wasn't actual WrestleMania, but the Saudis shot it down and they insisted on getting the real thing.
Well, I don't really blame them. I mean, if they're paying the kind of money that's rumored that they've paid for WrestleMania, which was, I think it was in the range of $250 million, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I think it was like 100 or 150 million for Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Look, they're spending $250 million. I think, yeah, they're going to want WrestleMania. They're not going to want a WrestleMania branded show. But, you know, what an incredible opportunity for AEW and Tony Khan. What an incredible opportunity. What a chance to this, coupled with what was the guy from TKO had the shareholders meeting at Goldman Sachs or something.
Shapiro,
and basically said, "Hey, we're not done raising prices," and straight up said, you know, Vince McMahon priced tickets in a range that allowed families to be able to afford to come to the show, and we're not doing that. We're looking to exploit the profitability of the ticket sales as much as we can. And so we've got a long ways to go as far as, you know, ticket prices being increased. Man, what an opportunity again for Tony Khan to market AEW as the fan-friendly, family-friendly alternative, and then a chance during WrestleMania weekend to literally run some type of, I don't know if a stadium per se, but a WrestleMania-esque type show, and start programming that now. Literally start building to that. Granted, it's 2 years away, but it's a 2-year build that, you know, and put that all into works, and that be part of your marketing going forward, that, hey, we're going to give you the weekend that you all have always had for the last 43 years. Well, we're not taking it away. We're going to be the one company that actually gives it to you. We're not going overseas. We're not going else. We're not, you know, and if we do go overseas, we're going to go someplace where you would want to travel as well. And I know that, you know, Saudi Arabia is doing this to increase tourism and traveling internationally. I don't see a lot of the average people, either from Europe or the UK or Australia or the United States, traveling to Saudi Arabia, you know, to participate in WrestleMania. I don't see WrestleCon, which has become a big staple for that WrestleMania weekend. I don't see it traveling there. I don't see independent wrestling companies that typically run, you know, because WrestleMania, let's face it, it's no longer, and it's been for quite a few years now, it's no longer just been WrestleMania that people come and attend. It is all of the ancillary events that surround WrestleMania, not just for the weekend, but for the entire week building up to WrestleMania, and then the Raw right after WrestleMania that people stay and attend to as well. So, you know, that all's going to be out the window, you know, in the United States come that year. And then, and again, if Tony Khan's smart, he would pick them all up right now and he would run with it.
Yeah, the State Department has travel to Saudi Arabia listed as level 2 yellow, exercise increased caution.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know if many fans would want to be jumping at the opportunity to.
Yeah, we say that now, and I know there's somebody who goes, well, it's 2 years away. You're right. But a lot of these people that attend these WrestleManias, they plan a year to 2 years out. The people that come from Europe and the UK, that's a destination for them. So it's not like they wake up 2 weeks from WrestleMania and go, you know what, let's take a trip to the United States and go watch WrestleMania. They save and they plan to attend that whole week, months and even a year and a half in advance. So that, we're not too far off as far as, people starting to plan attending WrestleMania 43.
Hey, Al, can I take your thought a little more forward? Because I agree with you 1,000%, but I'm going to throw some other things out there. First of all, and I didn't even come up with this. Somebody online came up with this that was in one of my chats, and I thought it was tremendous. He already has the built-in name, Al, WrestleCon, Khan. That's the name of the show, WrestleCon. Like you said, Al, this is, a lot of independent wrestling promotions, count on the money the weekend of WrestleMania to go wherever WrestleMania is and make money. That's a big payday for independent groups. That's a big payday for wrestlers with the conventions and all that stuff.
True.
I would love to see Tony Khan throw WrestleCon where the bigger independent groups, the NWA, the OVW, the GCW, you and I have talked about this many, many times, are part of the one show where all these teams are coming in and competing. I believe without a shadow of a doubt, 1,000% he's all over this. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to do this. Bro, come on. You got Double J there. You got guys like Tony and JR. I guarantee you this is what he's going to do.
He's got to do it now.
I agree.
While it's hot.
Yes.
While it is prominent before, the news cycle, before the news cycle takes it away, the heat dies off. There's enough distance from the fire. Right now, I would imagine, I've not heard a lot, but I would imagine there's pretty much a big outcry from the wrestling community in regards to this. This coupled with back-to-back with the Shapiro announcement of just callously going, yeah, Vince McMahon was pricing this for, the average person, and we're not. And then, oh, by the way, your event that you've enjoyed for 43 years. Yeah, we're taking that over to Saudi Arabia because they're paying us a lot of money. First off, I don't blame them. Somebody walked in tomorrow and handed me a pencil and a pad of paper for free for an OVW event. I go, where do you want it to go? Alaska? Let's go. I would be out the door. I wouldn't be doing TV today. In Louisville, Kentucky, I'd be doing it in Alaska. But let's be honest, nobody's going to do that. So nobody's got to fear me departing and going off somewhere else with the event. So I can't blame them for doing it, and as such, I can't blame them for trying to make what money they make based on attendance. That's what the name of the game is all about. But it's going to be interesting to see how far, one, coupled with that statement now being out in the public forum, and two, just to see what the market will bear as far as how far they can increase these ticket prices to where they're going, how quickly they can reach that breaking point that, people go, enough is enough. I mean, we had that when they did the show in France where the audience was chanting, "We have no more money." And that's a backlash from
they were chanting at the last AAA show, Al. I think it was last week, and they were chanting, "You sold out." The whole crowd was, that's got to be a first. The fans chanting to the promotion, "You sold out."
Yeah.
Well, they had done this press conference that no press was allowed to, so it was kind of like a staged press conference.
Yeah.
I was reading the fan feedback on this picture, and they're like, I'm sure these women are all excited that their big WrestleMania moment, they get to wrestle in a trash bag, so that none of their skin is showing. And then WWE fans from Saudi Arabia are arguing with fans not from Saudi Arabia. I mean, I saw people from Saudi Arabia saying, we don't want your whore culture here in response to that and stuff. So there's a lot of anger there, I think, on both sides. Fans are, unless they're from Saudi Arabia, fans are clearly upset, not just in North America. Fans in the UK, why aren't we getting a WrestleMania in London? Yeah, Australia, why aren't we getting one in Sydney? You know, there's a lot of fans that feel betrayed by this decision, and they're all complaining. But this is something that I've said: the complaints don't matter if they're going to watch the show anyway. If they give them their money for that show because they can't live without a WrestleMania, they're going to enable more of these types of events to happen. The only way, if they really want to protest this, and that's where your Tony Khan thing comes in. If Tony Khan runs a show at the same day, at the same time, and puts it on TV for free.
Yeah, now, if he puts it on TV for free to counter program against, I would do that in a heartbeat. And I would be saying it right now. I'd be straight up. I go, I can't, I don't have the resources to run a stadium here in the United States, but I'm going to run a hell of a big building. I'm running a huge building, and it's going to be a building that you and your family can afford to come into. And you and your family can have your weekend. You can have your week. And I encourage everyone who is a part of the normal WrestleMania to come here and be a part of this as an example that you're not going to just stand by and be fleeced by the giant evil corporation.
I think he's all over that. He's got to be. There's no doubt in my mind.